It says 6 viewers. It says it's starting. Oh. Now we're on. What's up, y'all? This thing flaked out on me the first time. Can you hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me, please. We got a lot to cover tonight. Oh, it says nobody's watching. I wonder if I'm actually on. Oh, yep, there we go. It went live, then it flaked. What's up, what's up? Sound okay? Give me a thumbs up if sounds okay, please. What's up, Carlos? What's up, y'all? Cool. Thank you. I'm going to hang out for a little bit. How many we got? We got 8. Let's get to 10. Think we can get 10? Boom. We just got 10. All right. We're going to get to it. What do we want to open first? GHL or the BRS ApexEL? That looks just like an ApexEL. Pick. First person to pick picks. Nice cup, yeah, right? Oh, I suppose we got a... Last week, Jose, Richmond Reefer, was busting my chops. Or actually, I was kind of busting his chops a little bit. He mentioned chilling your booze, throwing it in the freezer, doing something. Booze is first, roger that. And I made fun of him for Fireball. I'm partaking. In my Ecotech Marine Tour Cup with some ice. All right. First, we all cool with boxes and booze? We like that name. We're going to stick with it. First up, it comes like this, too. It comes in a box. The BRS ApexEL with this here float switch apparatus. And you can adjust these up and down. So we can take a look at this. I mean, there's not much there. It's made for a rimless tank. All you fancy people with rimless tanks, I don't have that kind of action, so I'll have to build a little adapter thingy. Cool. And cool, thanks for confirmation that we're digging boxes and booze. Yeah, so that's that. I don't think we have to talk about that much. Just a couple float switches hanging on a little plastic bracket for a rimless tank. I suppose I should join the club of nice glass, eh? I'm not there yet. I should. I'm not there yet. All right. I haven't opened this. We'll see what's in there. We'll go from there. We can talk once I get the GHL open. I'll talk a little bit about like features and price and that kind of business. What's up, Juan? And then we'll go from there. I'm not going to talk any negativity. I don't think there's a need. Everybody can understand what the specs are, and I think I have a decent understanding of what you're getting with both of these units. Even though I haven't plugged them in, right? I'm running the P4, the Profilux P4 with the doser. I am, oh, that's cool. I'm running the eCoral Pro, and I have an Apex Junior. So what I'm thinking is the EL, oops, sorry, touch the mic. Oh, that's probably loud too, sorry. I think the EL is going to replace the Junior. I'm just going to put this out there. The styling on this thing is horrible. I am so not a fan of Apex styling. I know somebody somewhere designed this and they put a lot of time into it and their grandma loves them, but I am not, whatever. This ain't my thing. Some people, this is their thing, and that's cool. This is just not my thing. But they work, right? They work really well. So on the bottom of this, you've got the USB for connecting the goodies. You got Ethernet. You have the DIN plug, which is what this float switch has, that little round plug. I'm totally going to catch up on comments later. Would you be able to help me drill an aquarium? Oh, maybe. And BNC, probably for the heater or the pH, probably the pH, sorry. And the little plug, oh, I touched the mic again, sorry. The little plug, yeah, BNC for the legit Neptune pH probe. So that's cool. Wee little baby power. And temperature. It also comes with cal fluid. That's cool. That helps. You get everything you need. This is just a super basic EL. It's an EL without the power bar. So I don't have a problem with that. This is if you could get it, right now it's not available. You can't buy it. I don't know when BRS is going to release another batch. Neptune should release this for $219 without the float switch, and then the user can figure out water level, right? So if you bust 220, I think you end up with a pretty decent package. So there you have it. ApexEL. It looks like it's a regular old EL. I think Ryan said that. And it comes with a temp probe. It comes with a pH probe. It comes with power and cal fluid. So that's cool. Really nice pH controller. It's a real. All right, let me look. I see. Let me look. I'll look at. Let me scroll down a little bit. It's futuristic. It is not, dude. It is not. You know I know futuristic, and this is not futuristic. This is. What was that? What was that weird minivan that GM made? The ugliest car ever made? It's like that. It's not futuristic. It's a styling choice. I'm not down. Oh, yeah. Yeah, good point. But I said their grandma loves them. The comment from Brian's review is no negativity went out the window quick. Yeah, you win. You win this round. pH controller, so it's a nice pH probe. I think that's quality kit from Neptune. Good option to get in the, yeah, totally good option to get into the Apex world cheap. I agree. So it's this thing. If you could get it, hopefully you can get it. Hopefully Neptune was listening and they can produce more units. I can't see why they can't just produce the EL, throw it out there with a couple probes and a power adapter, and you're good, right? You're reading temp, you're reading pH, and you're good to go. Yeah, Aztec, that's it. That thing was hideous. Yeah, this is Pontiac Aztec of controllers. Nothing wrong with the DeLorean. Come on, man. All right. Yeah, I'll put this up on YouTube. I did that last week. I think that was okay. Everybody cool with that? It was raw, and it was... So the question was, and I learned this last week, the question was, does this go up on YouTube after? And I'll put it up there. I need to be a little bit... Wi-Fi power strip. I need to be a little bit better with mentioning the comments that I'm replying to, because on the YouTube video it just made no sense whatsoever. All right, dig it. This is the Profilux Mini Wi-Fi. Help me out. I'm not an Apex guy. I mean, I have a Junior with that 4-outlet doohickey. Is the Apex power bar Wi-Fi connected to the Apex, or is it hardwired? I thought it was hardwired. Correct me. Let me learn. For those who joined late, I'm slumming it this evening with a little bit of Fireball on ice. I had some roasted chicken for dinner, and it's pairing well. Ah, that's tasty. I don't care who you are. It's kind of tasty. This little guy, let me pull this out for size comparison. Now I feel bad for talking negative smack. Yeah, hardwired. That's what I thought. Seriously, somebody likes this, and that's cool. Futuristic. Come on, dude. For size comparison, for all you size queens out there, there you go. It's a tiny little guy. It's a nice little rectangle. I think I'm laughing because Apex Junior Fireball buddies for the win. That's hilarious. Doesn't Fireball have formaldehyde? Dude, I'm 52. I don't care if it has formaldehyde. I'm gonna need that soon anyway. We can just roll with it, right? What's up, Mogi? My German heritage suggests that I should like nice straight lines and smooth curves, etc. This is a sweet little option that is only limited by maybe how you look at it. So this does not come with a pH probe. This is just the GHL Mini Wi-Fi. This is not the set. You can also get a set version. It comes with a USB cable. I set up my P4 with my phone only, with no computer. So what I don't know is if this device is the same. I have a feeling I can set this up with just my phone, so I'm going to try to do that. This comes with a temperature probe, just the temperature probe, digital temp probe, and power. So limited, right? The difference is pH. You don't get the pH probe with this. You got another 50 to go. Oh, that's kind. Genetics suggests otherwise. But we'll see what we can do with the formaldehyde in my booze. So on the bottom of this jobber, you have some 0 to 10 right out of the box, which is cool. You have two 0 to 10s. You have a BNC for pH. I'm gonna have to look up the pictures. It would suggest that potentially you also have a pH for ORP, or a BNC connector for ORP, but I don't think that's the case. And then there is this larger one here. This black one, I think, is for float switches that I have heard that GHL is working on. So that's pretty cool. What's up, Casey? This thing's small and unobtrusive, so I'm not biased because I like how this works. I just don't like how it looks. This thing, I'm cool with how it looks, and I like how it works. So there's that. Remember, I'm currently in both ecosystems. So I 0 to 10. What's 0 to 10? Sorry, 0 to 10 is for dimming or pump control. So if you have a 0 to 10 power supply on a light, then you can. I mean, I do it a lot with my DIY stuff. I can control. I don't have a light up here. I can control a light just by 0 volts in on a. Oh, I do. It's right here. There you go. So this is a rapid LED, super inexpensive driver for LEDs. This is actually connected to the 0 to 10. This is a potentiometer. But if you take this off and hook the wires up to the little connector on the GHL, then the GHL can control the dimming, etc. That's kind of cool. That's something I do right now with the eCoral Pro. The DIY light is dimmed. It ramps up when the light turns on at 4:30 in the morning. What's up, Emily? And it hangs out there for a while. What's up, Bert? And then it ramps it back down. So that's what 0 to 10 is for. There's also pulse width modulation, PWM. I don't do that. I'm just a 0 to 10 guy. So that's the Mini. Oh, I've gone over a little bit. So I'm going to run through this real quick. Because maybe we got one more thing. Maybe we can get to the one more thing. So I'm going to run down this real quick. The GHL Mini, I have it on my laptop over here in the spreadsheet, is $240, $239.90. The BRS ApexEL, if it were available, is $249.95. If you needed to add on all the goodies, like we'll ignore ALK monitoring for now because you can do it with both units. You got to add a pH probe, so you can either get the GHL probe or you get a BRS probe for $60. You got to add the power bar. So really, the difference in price is $50. The GHL is $50 more for what you're getting, and then you get temperature and pH monitoring and 4-outlet control. If price isn't a thing, I mean, I think you have options. Now you can add alka monitoring to both. You could to the ApexEL, you can add the Neptune if you can find it, and it's starting to become more available, right? Or you could add to the Mini, you can add the standalone GHL KH director. Neptune is alkalinity, magnesium, and calcium. KH director is just magnesium. That's a preference thing. I don't care about the other two. I kind of care about alkalinity. The other two follow. But again, that's just a preference thing. Portugal. What's up? Oh, you're being nice, Emily. That's hilarious. So, also, you could do some other things. The Mini comes in a set. And interestingly enough, the set is $370. So that gets you temperature, pH, and a 4-outlet bar. So you could get it all just for $340 or $370. If you could get this BRS EL with a 4-outlet bar, it is also exactly $370. What you do get, and you don't get with the GHL, is this float apparatus. I don't know about this. I'm sure it'll work, so I'll use it. For those who joined late, it's a fireball kind of evening. Cheers to my brother, Richmond Reefer. Because I was calling him out last week. I figure I owe him a little fireball action. So, if you were to go all frickin' in on this thing at $369, so $370, if you added ALK monitoring, if you looked at reagents for 6 months, GHL is less expensive, $65.80 versus $99.95 on the Apex. You would need to add some sort of float switch to keep your return valve safe, because you don't have water level monitoring with the GHL Mini, so you would have to add float water level monitoring with an optical or float. I included $60 for an optical, and then for level monitoring optical. So if you wanted to forego this thing and go with a standalone optical ATO, which I would suggest. I think the one that Moki runs is about $120, so you add that. If you wanted to run the Apex optical solution, I think that's about $200 all in. So if you went GHL Mini all in with ALK monitoring, and you went ApexEL from BRS all in with the Apex solution, the price evens out after 4 years. So there is a price differential because of the alkalinity monitoring. That evens out after 4 years. If you go with third-party solution, Duetto, ATO, then it's a 10-year price alignment, which, whatever. That's unrealistic. 10 years is unrealistic. 4 years is kind of realistic. It kind of just depends how you go. If price isn't an issue, GHL's pretty easy. I don't know, Apex is kind of easy too, but it requires a little more poking around maybe. But both are good options. Consider them. And I'm going to run them both, and we'll see which one breaks first. Fireball is perfect. Fireball is not necessarily perfect. Let me scroll down real quick. Apex or GHL is a real question. Yes, either. You can't go wrong with either. And I think you need to weigh your options and which way you're going. If you get the Mini, then you can get the standalone KH director, which can be operated independently. You'll see it in the app, but it's operated independently of the unit. So you can use the Mini as a gateway controller and work your way up. The Trident does not work without a controller. That's something worth keeping in mind. And like the Trident won't work with my Junior, which kind of sucks. But if I had a Mini and I had a KH director, that would work. If you had an ApexEL and you wanted alkalinity monitoring, you get a KH director. You can cross ecosystems and roll with it. You can kind of do whatever you want. All right, what do I got? I got 6 minutes. I'm going to do a quick thing, real quick. Twice this week, people have talked to me about salt. They cranked up, whatever. Their alkalinity was testing out at 12. And that's not cool. For a reef that doesn't have a whole lot of alkalinity drop per 24 hours. And why? Why? You already know why. If you've been paying attention to Moki stuff from way back, you know why. Red Sea Black Bucket. That Red Sea Coral Pro. This is data from that pet place that I pulled off the internet. Tests out at 12.2 alkalinity. That makes perfect sense to me if you are automatic water changes. If you are a couple times a day, throughout the day, just a little bit here and there, removing a little bit of water and replacing with Red Sea Coral Pro, then you will dose less. That's assuming that your tank has a decent alkalinity drop. If you're just doing water changes with that stuff and you don't have a total, and I wouldn't do it anyway because it's just going to be a big old alkalinity, right? I don't like that. That's not what I'm into. But if you have a tank with a lot of SPS, a whole lot of alkalinity consumption over a 24-hour period, you can do water changes with Coral Pro, Red Sea Coral Pro, but still, that's a big alkalinity spike. I think you just got to be careful with it. Don't do that. If you got a regular old tank, don't buy Red Sea Coral Pro just because it has Pro in the name. Look at a salt that has an alkalinity near or just a little bit above your target. So I'm running at 8.2. I got rid of a shout out to all my peeps at the WAMAS meeting, WAMAS, however, the Washington area club. I ditched a whole bunch of Monty yesterday. It was awesome. I was able to clear out a lot of stuff. I think it made some people happy. People got some goodies. And I had a 0.1 alkalinity jump today. I'm going to watch what that does over the next week. I expect it to rise a little. But we'll go from there. And we'll keep an eye on alkalinity. But alkalinity is running at 8.2. I'm looking at salts. My salt is HW Marine. I've been using that salt forever. I've not been into water changes. I've talked a little bit about that before. But kind of recently started doing automatic water changes, and I'm changing it with, and it tests out about 8.6. So if my alk's at 8.1 and I'm changing out with 8.6, then I'm pretty balanced out, right? If my alk is at 8.1 or 8.2 and I'm changing out with 12.2 alkalinity, I'm going to cause a spike. Don't do that. Find a salt that matches the alkalinity, your target alkalinity, unless you're using auto water changes to dose alkalinity. But if you're just doing regular water changes, find a salt that matches your alkalinity and just stick with it. If you, at some point, and it's a big jump, right? It goes from Tropic Marin Pro at 8.5 to Tropic Marin. Oh, I said Marin. Tropic Marin, just their non-pro, which is a little backwards, at 10. So find a salt that matches your alkalinity and stick with it. Cool? I'm laughing because Bert's making fun of me saying WAMAS or WAMAS. Probably WAMAS. That's probably nicer, right? One more thing. We talked about it a little bit. I'm psyched to play with this. So this is the Illuma Magic Blaze Mini. And I am going to dial this in for AB+. I'm going to do my very best to mimic the graphs that BRS has published, indicating their ideal spectrum, and I think it's a modified AB+. In fact, I know it is. But I'm going to play with this little Illuma Magic. So this is the final box. I am about out of time. It looks to be about a minute. Inside this box is the light. Hanging kit. Oh, they also hooked me up with the side mount kit and power bar. It's everything you need. So looking forward to firing this thing up, see what kind of light it produces, see what kind of wattage it generates, or what its draw is. I'll put it on the kilowatt. If you watch Jake's video this week, you'll understand what I'm talking about. I take a look at all my lights with a kilowatt, so it's cool that he's talking about it. I really want to know what the wattage in the cottage is. This is a nice little heavy light, and I'll play with the app, and I'll give it an opinion. And then if you're interested in this, I'll dial it in for AB+. And if that's the spectrum you like to run, then cool. You'll have that data. I'll put the spectrometer underneath this thing. It's the same one that BRS uses, and we'll get some good data. So that's all I got for tonight. We got the GHL Mini Wi-Fi. We have the BRS ApexEL with the floats. And the Blaze Mini. Scrolling up, going to take a look at comments real quick. So if I have two separate systems, is there a way I could buy one Apex Trident and use it for both systems? Yes, if they are connected. I would suggest you connect your systems. I know you say separate. Connect them if it's possible. GHL is at a disadvantage because they're sourced in Germany versus Neptune, which is in the States. Oop, sorry, bumped the mic. Not an issue to me. Warehouses in North Carolina. The U.S. support is really good. The Facebook group is awesome, and if you get a hold of the US rep, you get answers very quickly. I'm going to run both units in the same tank. Yep, I will. I'll put them in the frag tank next to the P4, so we'll get a good understanding of what we got going on. The question was, if you didn't get it, oh no, I read it. Will I run both of these 2 mini units? And I will. 8.5 to 9 for me. Yup, I'm creeping up on 9, but I'm going super, super slow. Thanks, Carlos. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to see what's up. So, if you don't know, I'm probably going to run out of time here in a minute. I have AI Prime, non-HD, 3 XR30s, 2 over the frag tank, 1 over the display, 1 in the garage is a spare, so it's 4 total. And I have an A80, Kessel A80 upstairs on the freshwater tank. And the Blue Sensei, whatever, my DIY light. And a couple of Reef Brights over my Refugium. Blue lit Fuge. So this would be good. I'm gonna put the Illuma Magic over the work tank. If you followed that work tank at all, that thing is awesome. I need to scape it up a little bit, but everything in there is happy. I never tested it. I have no idea what's going on with the water. 5-month water change. I should probably do that more often, but it's been doing pretty well. Please tell Moki to stop purposely reeling us in from week to week with a build and make him do a mixed reef in that 135 he got. Bruh. If you saw the text messages that always end with, "And did you fill it yet?" then you'd understand. He'll get there. He'll get there. DIY light, Blue Sensei. Rev 3. How about we do Rev 3? The one I just made. We'll do something else. If you missed it, cheers to Richmond Reefer for the fireball I'm drinking right now. Elegance is freak out if you push over 9. No, so maybe that's a tanks, maybe that's a system dependent thing. But I got Moki's Elegance in the corner of my frag tank, and I took that tank up over when I was dialing in before I switched over to the GHL doser. I was up hanging around 10 a couple times, which pissed me off. I think that's when the bird's nest died. I went up over 10, and the Elegance was fine. It's still cool. Maybe it's just a system thing. He's going to do a mixed reef, I think. Or he's going to do a goldfish tank. Either way. You know what? This isn't a Moki live stream, but it is a Fireball live stream. Freedom Pour. He was heading that way with the 45. Yeah. Highlight and alk. That's true. He was heading mixed reef with a 45. I think he's going to get a whole lot of cool corals, and we'll see which way he goes. We'll figure it out. He'll figure it out. I'm there to lift heavy things. All right, real quick before this kicks me off, because I think it's only 30 minutes. Any questions? And so far, we are at, I think, 33. Recap. GHL Mini, cool. BRS ApexEL, cool. Blaze Mini, cool. Pretty psyched to test that spectrum and get that dialed in at AB+. Salt, buy a salt that matches your alkalinity. And take a look at the controllers and figure out which one fits your needs the best. If you need to see how to operate these things and the videos, shout out to, Aaron's Aquarium. I didn't have to look it up. It came to me. See, I'm old. Shout out to Aaron's Aquarium for hooking up his GHL and getting that thing running as heater. Watch his video. He just posted it last night, today. and then watch a couple of my GHL videos and see what you think. If you need more information on that, hit me up. I'm happy to talk about it. And I can absolutely give you a comparison, like how to do specific things in the Apex ecosystem versus the GHL ecosystem. I can help you out with that. Don't know which doser I should get. How many? 4-head, 2-head? What are you looking to do? This is Jackson asked about, or mentioned the mug. Tour. When I took a tour with the boys. Budget Aquatics. Alex hooked us up. Thank you. I hope to put up, thank you for the YouTube nod. I hope to put more up there. I got so much crap to do. Do you think Reef Keeper Elite units are still usable? Yeah, but you're not going to be able to connect to them via the internet. I have a Reef Keeper running my display right now, and it works fine-ish. It needs to go. I want to be able to see it. The Aqua Knight will grow Monty. You just got to get the Monty up close to the top of the water. 4-head. Apex doesn't offer a 4-head. GHL absolutely offers a 4-head, both standalone and slave. I'm using a slave unit, and I freaking love that thing. Look around for the others that are available, but I absolutely recommend the Doser 2.1. All right, y'all. I appreciate you hanging out. I always do. I got a blinking end, so it's probably coming to an end. So, bought a used unit what? Bought a used unit. Quad V. Just said bought a used unit. No way of setting it up. Sorry. Oh, Reef Keeper Elite. Why? You need the little USB dongle doohickey. That's available. You could probably find that somewhere. Yeah, you need that and the PC software. Only runs on PC. 2 Aqua Knight on 20 long. Is that overkill? Nope. That's probably... You could probably fit one more. New tank with a 5-year-old clown. That tank cycle? Hope so. All right. I think we're done. Like I said, I appreciate y'all hanging out. Hit me up with questions. And be kind. Thanks, y'all.